Hey everybody, and welcome back once again to the Basement Universe channel. If you clicked into this video, then you already know what we're here to do. We're here to continue down the reaction rabbit hole, as we always do. And Steve, what are we doing?
We are continuing on and watching.
It's episode 4, right?
Yeah, and it was,
4.
what was it called? Too Close to the Sun?
Too Close to the Sun, yes.
Of the Quiet on the Set documentary.
Yep. Pretty excited. I guess we're going to continue the Drake Bell saga and perhaps into some new territory. I'm really curious as to see what's going to happen with Brian Peck, because I remember at the end of the last episode we were super upset about the fact that they made it seem like he was just going to come back to work without any issues.
Yeah,
so.
that kind of refreshes my memory a little bit. It's probably been about a week, I guess, since we watched the last episode. So
yeah, so we'll see what happens. But anyways, thanks for clicking into the video. If you do enjoy, please drop a like, leave us comments on what you think of the video and everything, and subscribe to the channel and make sure you hit that noti bell so you never miss any of our future content drops.
please do.
All right, let's get right into it here. Episode 4. Here.
Also, I'm Steve. He's Cory. You knew that, though.
You know that because you clicked in. You're a subscriber. You already know us. You watch all of our content always. But yeah. Anyways, here we go. I can't tell if it worked.
I was like, just kidding. Haha. No, it
It
did.
did. Psych. Loser. October.
2004.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. John Doe. Of course.
Back then, it was a different time, so I think it was a little easier to go to and from a courthouse and not worry about Twitter that night or TMZ paparazzi being there.
Oh, yeah.
On the day of sentencing for Brian, I get to the courthouse. It was the most unbelievable thing I'd ever seen. His entire side of the courtroom was full.
Full. Of what?
There were definitely some recognizable faces on that side of the room. And my side was me, my mom, and my brother. Brian had been convicted, but getting all of this support from a lot of people in the industry, and yeah, I was pretty shocked.
Did they? I guess like, not that it should matter, but maybe they didn't know who it was like against. But it shouldn't matter.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to address Brian. There was no reason to.
I don't know. I guess it's like, I guess it depends on who it was. Like, like if I heard, Cory, that you were like a sex offender or some shit, there's no way. There's just no way I'd believe it. At least not right away. You'd really have to wear me down and show me some hard proof.
Well, I'll show you some hard proof.
All right, now I do kind of believe you're a sex offender.
No, but
No, but it's like, you know what I mean? So I get it. Like, I don't know if there were people in his life that were like, you know what I mean? Who were like, not Brian, you know what I mean? I'm just trying to reflect on that, but it seems so harsh, especially for poor Drake, a young kid, and to have had these things happen to you, and to feel like maybe at that moment that nobody's on your side,
Well, yeah, I mean, I feel like that's got to be how he was feeling, and especially shitty. I mean, like...
Yeah, like he just said, a lot of people in the industry, maybe people he considered either like friends or people he looked up to. But anyway,
Yeah,
like...
supporting this guy who sexually assaulted him multiple times.
Right. Anyway, let's continue.
I addressed my statement to everyone in the room. I looked at all of them, and I just said, "How dare you?"
How dare you?
And I said, "You will forever have the memory of sitting in this courtroom and defending this person. And I will forever have the memory of the person you're defending
Hmm.
and doing unspeakable acts and crimes. And that's what I'll remember.
Yeah, I mean that's sad but true, isn't it?
In the end, Brian pleads no contest to 2 charges of child sexual abuse.
Not to pause it again, but do you know what no contest means?
Not exactly in the court of law.
Well, yeah. Right, I know, like, yeah, I
Yeah.
was just like, what does it mean to plead no contest? I don't know. Maybe like
maybe-
claiming claiming not even a part, like not guilty, not innocent. Maybe it's like to claim, I don't know, maybe it's like to say I'm not guilty
We'll have to
like,
look that up later.
way more. Like I was like, bro, I wasn't even there. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know.
He's searching.
No contest. I wasn't even a party to that. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Totally wrong.
And the judge sentences him to 16 months in jail. In order
Wow, that's it, huh?
as a sex offender. But we wanted to understand
16 months.
That's all.
through this. So we petitioned the court to unseal the letters of support in this case. Letters of support are meant to influence the judge during the sentencing. In this case, most of them are asking the judge just to give Brian probation. These 41 letters have been kept under seal for 2 decades.
41. Wow.
From family, some are from friends. Dan Schneider does not write a letter. Top executives at Nickelodeon do not write letters.
Huh.
Well,
Some Hollywood insiders. You have the actor James Marsden. He writes in the letter, I assure you, what Brian has been through in the last year is
Huh.
the suffering of 100.
Wow.
James Marsden writes that he's known Brian Peck for 14 years, since Marsden himself was a teenager. Taram Killam also wrote a letter of support. He writes, I've seen the effects this situation has had on Brian, and I know for a fact that he regrets any mistakes made. Some other people who wrote letters of support include the famous sitcom Dad,
Helen Thick.
Wow.
the X-Men producer Tom DeSanto,
Lapse of judgment. It's like, I don't know. I heard about these ones, the Boy Meets World, some of the Boy Meets World casts.
Will Friedle from Boy Meets World. We don't know exactly what these people were told about Brian's crimes before they wrote the letters, and we don't know which of these people, if any, were in the courtroom for Brian's sentencing. But these letters show how strong the support for Brian Peck was with people with industry connections. Outside of these individuals, there were over a dozen other letter writers who do similar.
It's like I said, you know, people can be very good at like fooling people, and it's like
And he obviously was.
they may have just really believed it was impossible that
That he
somebody
could do
was
that.
making this up about him. Like she said, it does seem like there's a lot unknown about when these letters were sent. So,
Yeah.
and I don't know much about the situation, but I think I also saw that there was some blowback originally on like some of the Boy Meets World casts, like Ryder Strong and Will Friedle or whatever. But then I think they personally may have like talked to Drake Bell also and just maybe cleared the air or been like, hey, like. We obviously
Yeah.
don't support that, and like
I thought I had heard a little bit about.
but I'm
Ryder
not.
Strong.
Don't quote me on that. I'm not 100% sure. So that's something. Maybe if this is going to be in the video, like let us know in those comments
Yeah, please.
if you know anything about that. All right.
Let's keep it going.
Yeah, I just feel it good to pause. Sometimes.
This wouldn't have happened unless Brian was tempted. Joanna Kearns, who met Brian when she was acting on Growing Pains, wrote, I can only believe that there must have been some extreme situation or temptation exerted upon him to influence his actions.
What, like Drake just flaunted himself at him?
Yeah. See, like
Kimmy Robinson is an
Oh, I know.
actress who wrote, I believe with all my heart that Brian was pressured, and pushed beyond belief before he caved.
Huh.
This logic is just victim blaming.
Yep, sure is.
Minor suffering.
Yeah, like young boys were just throwing themselves
Yeah,
at Brian. Like,
yeah, like Drake sleeping on the couch is him tempting him, just flaunting him. Like you invited him to sleep on the couch.
you basically set it up. Not even like it wasn't even like a casual situation. It was planned. Like,
Yeah.
Director Rich Correll and the stage manager Beth Correll. Rich says that it would be my pleasure to work with him again.
Oh God.
In fact, Brian Peck does end up working with the Corrells again on the Disney Channel show Sweet Life of Zack and Cody.
Oh shit. Whoa.
It shows that there are not enough protections in place to keep even
that's sick.
That's
He just
so
jumped
crazy. Yeah.
to the other side, and is on a show with again young boys.
Yeah. Okay. They're definitely involved.
And there's no like
Yeah, like-
checks involved into
Yeah.
that.
You're just taking him at his word.
Another case, Izell Channel, a worker at the Nickelodeon lot in Burbank.
Oh shit.
He brought a child to the lot, a boy, and was convicted of abusing that child on the lot. He actually had prior convictions as a sex offender. The Nickelodeon didn't catch him. Jason Michael Handy, Brian Peck, and then Izell Channel.
Damn, the Three Musketeers.
Who worked at Nickelodeon, all in a short amount of time.
Damn, bro.
around this time, Nickelodeon did expand its policy around background checks to include freelancers. When you look at having multiple child predators who worked at Nickelodeon, it raises some confusing questions on who to hold accountable. I don't think that you can blame Schneider for hiring Brian Peck because he was not a registered sex offender when they
Right.
hired him.
Yeah.
Right.
True.
Drake very explicitly does not blame Dan for any of this. But it's clear that the system needs to look at if it is doing enough to protect children. After these arrests, Nickelodeon only grows.
It's actually my first time acting on TV, so it's really fun for me.
The mid-2000s is somewhat of a golden era for Nickelodeon. There is a spate of popular new shows. Dan Schneider is helping launch a new era of breakout stars. Jamie Lynn Spears and Zoe 101.
Zoe! Oh, hi!
Victoria Justice and Victorious. Ariana Grande, who we now know as a very famous...
These are shows like my cousins watch though, but not really me. You know, I was like already kind of past.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of them. I didn't watch Sam and Cat.
Like
though.
I didn't watch any of like on any consistent capacity. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna say I never saw an episode.
People know you from the Drake and Josh show on Nickelodeon, hugely popular. Nickelodeon is making a lot of money. Dan Schneider is becoming even
Yes, Jerry Trainer,
and more powerful
my favorite.
name in his own right. His shows are cultural juggernauts, especially iCarly, starring Brandon Austin.
I'm Carly Shay, and this is our very first webcast of a little show we call iCarly.
If you've got a child aged 9 to 12, or even a daughter like mine who's 14, chances are she's watched Nickelodeon's iCarly. It is a ratings blockbuster.
It hit in just a particular cultural moment. It was the early years of the internet. iCarly's this internet show. It felt cutting edge to teenagers who saw it. This is kind of YouTube generation. So there was also this component of real life that I think hit people in a way that his other shows didn't. And because it did, it just exploded. At one point they did an episode where Michelle Obama shows up on it.
With the success of iCarly, Dan is able to consolidate power at Nickelodeon in a whole new way.
Oh God.
This is around the time that the Disney Channel starts truly competing with Nickelodeon. They had massive hits like Hannah Montana and The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. So as Nickelodeon is facing all of this competition, Dan is their answer.
It really launches Dan into this whole new level of stardom.
He's Dan Schneider, a man with a gift. The gift of knowing
or 9? What do you got going that other folks aren't figuring it out?
For one thing, I am always trying to outdo the last thing that I did.
Fred Wad?
Dan Schneider was always really tech savvy. He loves technology. And so when the web started becoming popular, he was one of the first people out there, doing videos,
Oh, she almost said, but she picks up the cameraman. This is me.
posting videos on social media and original stuff.
Some of these seem pretty innocuous, where it's Dan recording the editing bay.
I'm in the editing room of iCarly, and we're working on the next episode. Okay, take one.
Or the writer's room.
Okay, this is Dan Schneider. Here are some of the iCarly writers. Hello, iCarly writers.
But in these videos, you can really see the power play between him and his cast.
It's a lot of him getting into people's physical space, and you can see palpable discomfort on people's faces. There's one video in particular where Dan creeps behind Jeanette. It scares her. But she can't say, I don't like that, or she can't not have a sense of humor about it. She can't not agree with it because she has to. You have to be nice because that's the only way that you're going to get through. For Dan, it was about power at that point. And when you are someone who wants more and more power, eventually you're going to fly too close to the sun.
Dan Icarus Schneider.
The kid audience is definitely my bread and butter. I mean, that's what I'm paid to do. I'm paid to get kids from all the way from 6 to 14 glued to TV sets. That's my goal. That's the sweet spot.
By the late 2000s, Dan had more control than pretty much.
Look at Josh right there. He's looking pretty good, huh?
He had created his own little fiefdom.
All right, we're getting ready to fly.
But his style had a little bit of edge.
Oh, wow.
To really push the boundaries of sexualizing
Huh.
girls.
When I get slapped with a sausage? Sure. There are jokes about being slapped with a sausage. There's a joke about being on the wood.
I want to be on the wood. What's the wood? I want to be on it.
You have actors shaking weights in a way that seems very clearly sexual. And these
Well, I don't know about that one.
Yeah.
That was kind of like, I get it was like a joke on the shake weight-ish, but like,
But the motion is not in a sexual way at all.
yeah, like what?
Like
I don't know what is.
Yeah, this is inappropriate, guys.
This looks like I'm fucking up riding a bike or some shit.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
like this
like-
could be you literally on like a bumpy bike, or you know what I mean? Like you're hitting like every, like I don't know. That's not.
I don't know. Maybe, yeah, I'm sure like tons of people are gonna be like, oh, that could be this and that could be that, but I'm just like, maybe my mind's just not there. I don't know. Sorry, guys. Not as dirty as y'all.
No, it's not there. I didn't watch like Victoria, so like none of those ones just now with Victoria Justice or like the other girl that was just in the clip are hitting.
No,
home.
I
Yeah,
haven't
yeah,
seen.
like,
I haven't seen any of this.
I'm not familiar with those.
I only even really know who she is because I worked for like the Macy's parade and I met her when around this time, probably when she was like huge and like victorious and
Yeah.
anyway.
All right, here we go.
I was 12 years old when I started Zoe 101.
I did watch a little bit of Zoe 101.
When I look back at it,
Probably again just like episodes.
we were there for the boys. Nicole was the archetype of male gaze female, where she was girly, very short skirts, pink, like kid eye candy.
How about this top? Like this top? It makes me look chesty.
We don't need to be hyper conservative of bodies, but that didn't represent even me as a girl at that age. Definitely Dan liked cute, pretty, flirty. I worked in the wardrobe department on Zoe 101. I always thought that Dan had a little bit of an arrested development, and he was like that boy that wanted the cute girl to like him.
I cannot believe I
Hmm.
Google before this doing that.
You put these girls in bikinis and bathing suits, which is fine. Each girl should feel free to wear whatever they like. But when you are using nubile sexuality as a marketing tool, that's where it gets sticky. one of the most disturbing memories that I have would probably be the backpack episode with Jamie Lynn Spears.
Right the tip.
There are these goo pops, and my character can't get it open,
Not coming out.
and it ends up squirting onto Jamie's face. So the prop person comes onto set with a syringe. We all like stood behind the camera to watch. It lands on her face. So first it was Dan roaring, laughing, and then everyone kind of giggling. We heard the boys saying, "Needs a shot," and I had no idea what that meant. Once I saw it again as an adult was when that memory came back. So I was like, oh. Wasn't funny. It still isn't funny to me, to be honest. It's just like, as a kid, and she was on set that day, and sorry, just as a mom, like, if my daughter was ever put in that, it's gross. Like, there's just, it's appalling behavior on all the adults' behalf that day.
In my mind,
I feel like I'd have to see that one again, especially because of like color or whatever. But I kind of come back to what I said in like one of like the earlier episodes. It's just like if I was like a kid, I wouldn't have thought anything like that. I guess some of the boys in the show, if they're a little more like
Mature.
teenaged or something like that, of course they're gonna be like, oh, like it's a cum shot or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, you know, that's just like the immaturity, but like I don't know if it's I guess if it's intended for that age, like on the high end, maybe that's what makes it a little gross. But like, there's no way like younger kids are thinking that. It's just like ha ha ha, like we were trying to open something and it exploded. You know what I mean? Like, you know,
It is the age barrier, right? Because if you're older and you know about that stuff, that's probably what you're going to see, and it's what the majority of the people here see.
It's like if we want to shape it that way, I'm not saying she's like it's her experience especially, but she looked like way more upset that like I don't know, like at that scene in particular. Maybe it's a lot more things. I'm sure it's probably a lot more things compiling on that, but like she looked like so blown away by that, and I'm just like unless Jamie Lynn Spears was like I'm really offended by this, and why do I even have to do this scene and I don't want to do it or something, and they were like forcing that on her, like I don't know, like otherwise,
I don't know.
I get their kids or whatever, but it's not like
I'm sure we won't hear from her on here.
Something like that doesn't seem like so over the line to me. Like crossing the line with like how they're dressing and other certain things, and definitely like, the Ariana Grande like ooh like twisty, like I don't know, certain gestures and other things have been very like a lot more provocative to me than just like a simple like goop gets on somebody, you know,
somebody's face. Like you've seen it 1,000 times. You've probably seen it 1,000 times.
Like shit happens.
Cartoons,
like, and if you were that too, and if you were like, or even if like you work in a nursing facility, I'm sure shit gets all over people all the time. Like
literally
goops
shit.
and things that you don't want.
And
like
pee.
where you know.
Yeah. So
I don't know. Just
let's see what the cameraman's about to say.
Sure. Sorry. Just my take on it. It's like I don't know. Maybe I just feel like are we warping things too much too? Is it like
I think it is a cultural thing, but
like a little bit, right?
Yeah.
But
it's definitely wrong on there.
We're crossing some lines. Definitely. I'm not gonna say that's not the case. Like for sure. He clearly got off on the power of some stuff.
Yeah. All right. Here we go.
That's bad. That one's bad too. Oh, okay. Yeah, that one's bad.
Oh.
No, it's Dan's baby.
Dan was Nickelodeon's golden boy.
I guess if he's doing it a lot too, if it's always that,
Yeah, sure seemed like a bunch of times. That lotion one
it's
wasn't very good.
starting to stack up.
Yeah.
Again, as somebody who hasn't seen all the shows.
There were online extras that the network did not fully know how to deal with. In some of them, you see Ariana putting tomatoes in a broth.
Check this out.
There are several scenes with Ariana Grande that are really, I think, almost difficult to see as anything but sexual watching them now.
I'm thirsty.
Yeah.
Yeah, the ones with her are like some of the more disturbing, you know.
Yeah.
She's effectively massaging a potato.
Give up the juice.
Yeah, like holding it by her face, like you
Yeah.
know what I mean.
Perhaps. We're adults, so we know what's going on. But this is a show for kids, so
See, again, I'll stop it just for like a second, but that one didn't even have any type of goop, and I thought that one was way worse.
Yeah, I agree.
Way worse.
who is sexual innuendo for on a kids show? It's legal. There's nothing actionable about it. But there is a nebulousness around it, but it's morally murky.
At the end of the day, I love it when the cat gets sassy with me because I get to write all the scripts with some very talented writers, but I can put them in any horrible predicament I choose. You can touch their hair. You can take a picture with them. You can ask them personal questions. Get over it on whatever you want to do.
Yeah, that's not.
They
Yeah.
looked already like so uncomfortable, especially when he's joking. Oh, you could touch them. People
Yeah,
take
like,
that
why
shit.
would you say
People
that?
take that shit seriously. Like, haha, you think you're being funny. Like, definitely someone believes that.
Something that was always really uncomfortable was walking onto set and seeing who Dan had talked into giving him a massage.
Oh,
It was almost always a female, and it was often one from the wardrobe department. It was humiliating.
Ew, and like, why is there even fucking pictures of it?
I remember one time sitting next to a colleague, and she got a text from him saying, "Come and massage me on the set." And she said, "My God, doesn't he know I'm doing 2 shows? I'm so busy." And I could see that she was distraught, but she went anyway. It definitely felt like a form of sexual harassment.
Yeah. Oh my god, it is.
Someone massaging him. That's like all I remember was some person on set massaging that guy. Dan was asking for this incredibly inappropriate thing for almost 2 decades. He was asking people at work to touch him. Everyone knew it, from New York to California. So who would we go to? Who could we possibly go to complain about this?
good question.
Nickelodeon could have been there to be a buffer more than they were, and I don't think the network was ever close to doing it.
Why wouldn't anybody do anything? Why didn't they stop it? It felt like somebody needed to rein him in, and he wasn't reined in.
In 2014, we have the Kids' Choice Awards. This is Nickelodeon's big night to celebrate their stars.
As far as award shows or anything goes, Nickelodeon's always does it the funnest. You know what I mean? Nickelodeon is known for being fun and messy and gross.
It's also the awards where Dan is being celebrated.
I'm happy to be here to honor Dan. He's created so many amazing shows.
Dan Schneider wins his Lifetime Achievement Award.
He is surrounded by so many different people from all the shows.
They're talking about how great he is.
Thank you, Dan.
Hmm.
You're an inspiration.
Speaking about how key he was to their careers.
You changed Kids TV.
But there's one person that does not show up, and that is Jeanette McCurdy, who was the co-star on Sam and Cat.
People were just thinking, oh, that's odd. She's one of the primary people on one of his shows. You know, she's been with this guy forever. Why is she not there?
8 years later, Jeanette McCurdy publishes a memoir about her life as a child star, about the abuse that she suffered at the hands of her mother. But the memoir also answers a lot of really complicated questions about working as a child actor and about Dan Schneider. who she began working with around age 13. You pull back the curtain on child stardom. It is not a pretty picture. Not as I see it, no. In Jeanette's memoir, she writes about an unnamed television show creator, and a lot of people have speculated that that person is Dan Schneider. She writes, I feel like the creator has two distinct sides. One is generous and over-the-top complimentary. The other side is mean-spirited, controlling, and terrifying. She's also
Sounds like Dan.
When her book came out, I actually was a little interested in reading it because I heard
on that show.
some things, that it was good.
Communicate that to him. He'll call people idiots, buffoons, stupid, dumb, sloppy, careless, and spineless. The creator knows how to make someone feel
Miranda looks shocked.
Dan's treatment of people on his shows was an open secret. For the crew, if you mess up, even if it was a minor mistake, Dan would be someone who would be willing to humiliate you or fire you on the spot.
The description I got from someone was that everything that Dan Schneider did is a DEFCON 10 event. Dan Schneider was convinced that everything that he did, the quote passion of the way he reacted and the way that he approached people, that's what made this magic happen. That's what made these shows a success.
Culturally, we are still doing the torture genius routine. So if a guy's a total piece of he must be so good at his job. There's a lot of abuse that happens. I mean, even talking about it now, my face gets hot. He'd say things like, you would work at Yogurtland if you didn't work for me, and he would just scream.
Jeanette's experience gets a lot worse on Sam and Cat.
And this is happening at the same time Jeanette's mom dies.
Mm-hmm.
She took less than a week break from filming. And her quick return is something that people on set told us that they were disturbed by.
The situation got so stressful on the set of Sam and Cat. Nickelodeon launched an internal investigation.
I learned that Dan is seen as kind of contributing to this toxic culture that is happening and that is really making the show a difficult place for many people to work. After the investigation, Dan Schneider was no longer allowed to really interact with the cast anymore. Dan has always been such a hands-on showrunner, so for Dan, this is the biggest punishment you can imagine.
When you look at the industry as a whole, this never happens. You would be hard-pressed to find another show where they're saying, look, we don't trust the guy running the show to deal with people in a humane way. But they also want to get rid of him. And he creates hits.
Jeez.
There's money to be made.
Dan Schneider can get away with it because he's Dan Schneider, and powerful people in the entertainment space will make allowances for anybody who is successful. Until something happens that you cannot ignore.
Oh, I bet.
In 2017, 3 years after Dan is banned from working directly with his own actors on the set of Sam and Cat, he's back on set at Nickelodeon with 2 new shows, Henry Danger and Game Shakers.
These two, I'm not familiar with
At
either.
all, even a
yeah,
little bit,
at
yeah.
all.
Something has shifted culturally around workplace harassment and toxicity. Millions of women across the country using the hashtag #MeToo.
Oh, the Me Too movement.
Allegations of sexual harassment against Harvey Weinstein.
This morning, Kevin Spacey under fire. R. Kelly.
Oh, that's one that I was thinking about watching. There's a new Kevin
The Spacey
one.
thing,
Yeah.
yeah.
I decided I had enough when the Me Too movement made it okay to talk about hostile work environments. I felt like I could finally call up my union and let them know that there had been some stuff going on that it was inappropriate. That he asked for massages from females weekly, if not daily, and this is not right. Something has to be done. The union representative said I wasn't the only one who
circulating around Dan Schneider, and these really exploded online.
In 2017, Nickelodeon launches yet another investigation into Dan Schneider. It's not because they have a smoking gun, it's because the Me Too movement has helped us sort of rethink and reevaluate what we think is appropriate and not appropriate in the workplace. And then my supervisor actually called me and told me that, yeah, Dan wouldn't be coming back.
I feel like I
Took a
remember.
really long time, huh?
I feel like I remember
Jesus.
hearing about things like this, though. You know what I mean? But probably didn't know why or anything.
Yeah. I don't remember.
Or just because it was part of the sweep of this kind of stuff that was going on at the time.
See this coming.
He issues a couple statements, basically, oh, you know, I need some time off. I'm working on my life.
But behind the scenes, Nickelodeon literally changes the locks of this place that he turned into an empire.
They gave him an amount that was reported at the time about $7 million. You know, it was just a really quick, really sharp break.
This investigation did not find any evidence of inappropriate sexual behavior, inappropriate relationships with children. But it did find evidence of being abusive to others in the workplace.
So to hear that he was gone was a good thing. It was a very good thing. It was a happy day. When everyone did come back, it was a much happier workplace.
I remember reading that Dan was no longer going to be under contract at Nickelodeon, and I can remember exactly where I was. It didn't surprise me.
They should have fired him a long time ago.
Dan is no longer at Nickelodeon, and he hasn't made a new TV show in a number of years. In 2021, he told the New York Times, kind of, I'm ready to reemerge in children's television.
I mean, I don't see how he comes back from it. I'm sure he wants to, but I don't see how it happens.
Let's please collectively not let another Dan happen. Like, he cannot happen again. Like, this is not a joke. A lot of his shows are still on the air and they're still really popular. But those kids who grew up on Dan Schneider's sets and in the entertainment industry are adults now, and they are re-examining the world that they grew up in. Towards the end of season 2 of Zoe 101, I wasn't happy. I actually could not show up to set anymore without crying. A lot of my self-worth was deeply damaged from that set experience. Me as a person was like altered for life.
Being let go from the Amanda show really broke my confidence big time. That was a very young lesson to learn in my career, is that everyone is replaceable. And it sent me down a really dark path. I had to really pick myself back up and keep it moving in an industry that showed me very early on that it has no love for me at all.
Being a child star hurt me mentally and somewhat physically. The alcoholism that I've dealt with, I believe, is a direct connection to the feelings that I have after leaving the industry and not being able to maintain the success that I had.
After all that, I was burned out and I was excited for the next chapter. I was excited to maybe try college, being normal a little bit. But
just a dollar sign when they show up on set.
Hmm.
Nobody's taking anyone's mental health serious, and that's completely unfortunate.
I struggled with self-esteem issues. I struggled with beauty standards because I didn't feel accepted.
It was a toxic environment, and seeing how the show just kept on rolling, and these people who were criminals were disappeared, it made me quite cynical about the reality of power dynamics, and it made me trust people less.
Right after Drake and Josh, I was signed, and then I released my second album. I made some really good movies, but I would have stints of sobriety, and then I would, the pressure would be too much, and all of these demons that I had were very difficult to work through. And so I think a lot of my self-destructive behavior would always just be a temporary fix, and it would always creep back up. I went through this bankruptcy and lost my house, and I mean, it was absolutely devastating.
We can go on and on and on of child actors
Oh,
or
yeah,
child
see?
Mhm.
entertainers who had cameras watching every single downfall.
Did you have fun in that, Brandy? Lucy, do you have any babysitter, Brittany?
Look at what happens to these kids when they're spat out. They end up quite sick. They have issues with addiction.
Eddie, how are you?
Yeah, I was gonna say Edward Furlong was.
Hmm.
He had a rough time.
Yeah, poor Aaron Carter.
Arrested, allegedly smoking marijuana. You wonder how low is the bottom.
When I think of Amanda, it's like so painful
She was hospitalized for a mental health evaluation on
because we are talking about a very talented young woman, someone who had the entire world at her fingertips.
Amanda Bynes is a very prototypical child star story. As she entered adulthood, it seemed like she was struggling with the transition. She had a lot of public mental health issues that tabloids covered. She ended up in a conservatorship with her parents, and that was very recently overturned. Child stars' relationships with their families often are starting from a place of discontent, and then they get worse. They don't have childhoods like kids are supposed to have.
Hey, look up, look up.
Well, there was definitely a slow decline in my mental health and sobriety. I mean, DUIs, behaviors that were happening because I was lost.
Nickelodeon's Drake Bell is arrested in California, accused of driving under the influence. Former Nickelodeon star Drake Bell was convicted and sentenced for child endangerment.
Drake Bell pled guilty to
Yeah, I remember hearing about that one,
inappropriate
the child
access
endangerment one.
to a minor, but he was not charged for doing anything physical. He was sentenced to 2 years of probation and 200 hours of community service.
I took responsibility for that. I did what was asked of me. The media grabbed a hold of so much misinformation, and it absolutely destroyed me. And I started to spin out of control.
After Drake Bell has been reported missing, police say they are deeply concerned for his well-being.
If I had continued down that path, that could very likely be the end of my story.
Whew. Feels like things kind of culminated in this one, huh?
Hit rock bottom,
Yeah, a little bit, right?
and so I checked into treatment, and I got to go through a lot of trauma therapy, a lot of grief therapy, and to be surrounded by people who, for the first time in a long time, wanted to just see me get better.
For child actors, if you're not protected, it'll turn into chaos.
There's got to be more support in terms of counseling, mental health, wellness checks.
Kids are still at risk. The law does not cover everyone operating on a set because that's an environment where either a studio teacher or a parent is legally required to keep sight or sound of the kid at all times. That's just not enough. Someone who has a criminal record as a child sex offender can find their way into this position. That loophole in the law should be closed.
Most people actually financially these industries without knowing what's actually happening, behind the scenes. It unfortunately takes the people that witnessed it and experienced it to speak up to really change it. My hope is that with every voice that comes out, something changes. Maybe today's the day. I don't know.
When people ask me, am I going to put my kids into acting? I literally have zero thought before my no.
I'm often asked the question, you grew up in business, and is this a good place for kids? And, it's such a hard question to answer because I wanted nothing more in life but to get on stage. There is so much in this industry that you have to be cautious of. But would I want the experiences that I've had, the good experiences that I've had, ripped away from me? I don't know what the answer is, and I don't have the power to do it, but I would love to be able to create an environment where we're not so vulnerable and susceptible to outside dangers. It's really hard going back over these old memories.
Man, I still really feel so bad for his
I
dad. His
know.
dad tried so hard.
I know, me too.
Better days ahead of us.
That's right.
I keep hearing that.
Keep listening to it.
Whew. I mean, just because people were there, watching.
All right, nobody wanted to ruin their chance.
Wow, that was quite the culmination.
So
to
was that originally
saga.
was that originally like the last episode,
I
and then
think-
they
I think so,
they
and then they
added,
added more.
another? What is it? 1 or 2?
Let's see.
Let's see. Why aren't you going back?
I have to turn on the controller.
Oh. So okay.
So just one more. This one looks like
one
it's
additional kind of like
Yeah,
it's
talk
like an
show
outside
episode.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
because there was some additional. I think there were some comments by Dan Schneider after it came out and stuff like that. So maybe they wanted to like talk more about certain things or certain situations or things like that. I don't know.
Cool. I mean, I didn't actually realize that was going to be the last one.
Yeah,
'cause
well,
I
otherwise
thought,
we would.
yeah.
Well, the more that things were
I would've
happening,
teed it
it
up
it
better.
very much felt like things were wrapping up. So I was
Yeah,
starting to go
but
like, I think we're
at the end.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, that's. I mean, you could kind of tell just based on all the stories were basically closing the way they were shooting it with like each character, like the
Right.
lights
Oh,
were
dimming.
going
Well,
out on them,
yeah. I mean, especially at the end, but there were
Yeah.
certain other things that were tying up, and I just started to feel like
yeah, like
I
thought
don't
the
feel like
Brian-
much more could happen.
I
yeah,
thought the
like-
Brian Peck thing was going to go on longer than it did. And they wrapped that up fairly quickly.
I
in
guess
the
you know. I
episode.
guess ultimately there's not that much to it. Like while
mean,
there
we've
is a
heard the
few episodes,
worst,
like the
yeah.
messages are all pretty concise. You know, it's like we heard what happened. Well, at least like some of what happened of certain individuals, and you know we're just hoping for better going forward. Which it seems like obviously it took a lot of things to happen, but
Unfortunately, right? People had to suffer, and their lives had to be altered forever in some of the worst possible ways. In
yeah.
order for
Well, yeah, I mean, just in order for Dan Schneider even just to get like roosted, but I mean, he was honestly like I'm not gonna say officially like I feel like least of the problem sounds like a bad phrase when you're talking about somebody who
yeah, I mean, if we're-
abused so much power, but like he ultimately didn't physically harm anybody. I suppose it sounds like.
Well, yeah. I mean, like we've said in a couple of the other reacts, it's like if you're comparing the criminality of the things that have happened between like him
Right.
and the others,
Right, the obviously like the obvious molesters or
Yeah.
whatnot are
Yeah.
gonna definitely be a tier above.
he's just worse in other ways, and
Yeah, just like the worst boss you ever had, and like definitely definitely toying with the boundaries
misogyny.
of sexual misconduct for sure.
yeah. I was gonna say there's just
But at
no
least
shortage
but
of
at
things.
least it was less with the children in the terms of him physically doing anything, but it seems like he may have been getting his jollies off on the way that he wrote them.
Yeah.
However, I made my point in the pause about what I feel about that, but he is also right in saying that like I'm sure he's not the end all be all. Like I'm not saying the people on the set would have done anything, but I'm saying like everybody reviewed the scripts and
yeah.
the actual content and stuff like that. Like there's no way like
costumes, everything.
there's no way that he was the only person who was just like, yep, this is what it is. Like
Well, and I think that kind of goes back to the thing that the one of the ladies that would talk about all the stuff during the episode was saying that
this
with that
episode
level,
she was a costumer, I think it said.
yeah, no, not her, the one of like the journalists or whatever was saying that like with such great success in like Nickelodeon, all that stuff gets like rewarded and overlooked. You know what I mean? So
of course. And well, I mean, it's not just Nickelodeon, it's that industry in general. But
well,
like,
yeah.
But I still think that like, he can't be the sole person to blame, at least, If you're going to like let him write that content, like there's not a single person on the board there that's going to go like, "Hey Dan, like
little I think that might be not great. That's not
I mean, maybe not.
not
I guess.
appropriate.
I guess that's the whole point. Is that they let him get away with it, and that's the problem. Like
and
it's,
here we are in
we
2024
name
talking about
you.
this.
You name Dan Schneider as the major problem because obviously he's the creator and he's like the runner, director, and everything like that, and ultimately I guess creates the environment and therefore chose to make it hostile.
The master manipulator in his own way because he was.
And then I guess if all Nickelodeon is seeing are the dollar signs rolling in and nobody's complaining because nobody in the immediate room wants to lose their job to Scary Dan.
Yeah, they definitely did not. So I mean,
So
especially
then
like
as
the
soon
Jeanette
as
McCurdy
hey, no
scare,
complaints.
It's
Yeah,
like
and
you
it-
could say something, but then he's
And look,
probably gonna make your life hell.
she barely even really said anything because like her book still didn't really. I mean, it did, but it didn't. Like,
Yeah.
it didn't call him out. But who's the creator? You were only in like Dan Schneider shows.
So
Who-
I wonder who it was.
Yeah, geez. But like at the same time, she didn't just go like Dan this and Dan that. you know?
Yeah. I mean, that's I respect that.
But and she chose not to support him on stage when he's getting like a lifetime award. It is interesting at that point that like she's the only one though. Like
Yeah.
it's interesting that at this point was she just so like done with the industry, or was it like because like that's a lot of foresight I feel like to have at that age to be like, hey,
Yeah, I thought we were
this
going to get...
wasn't okay, because it seems like a lot of other people just let shit go on.
I was kind of expecting more things to be talked about, like iCarly and stuff like that, but I guess they're just, they kind of just put everything together between like Victorious, Zoe 101, and like I thought they were going to basically like kind of break down
certain experiences.
Those shows maybe more.
Maybe they would have, but they didn't have any
Yeah.
of like the main cast from that. It looks like they mostly just had like all 90s cast, a lot of like all that cast, Amanda Show cast, and then some were from like in between, obviously,
Yeah,
by
the girl
having
from
like
Zoe 101,
by having
yeah.
like Zoe 101 and
Celebrate. It's Friday.
celebrate the start of the week with your Alexa routine. Ah! I wonder what she thinks about Quiet on Set.
It's terrible.
Well, anyway, I mean that's pretty much my thoughts. I paused a few times. We've also pretty much addressed it in all the other videos.
Yeah, we've taken
and we'll
time to
have
talk
and we'll
about
obviously have some more things to see in the next one. So
Yeah, I'm glad it's wrapped up. I am curious to see like what they talk about though in the 5th episode that they added after the series had already come out.
the fact that like enough of something was prompted for there to be an episode is intriguing.
Yeah, but overall, I mean, it was definitely a good watch. Definitely.
Yeah, like to cap it, I guess, as far as like the original intended documentary.
Yeah, it was
4
it was
episodes.
a very interesting sight into our childhood, in a different way though.
Well, yeah, and just into Hollywood in general, like
yeah.
the as it said, the dark side of kids TV, really just TV in general. Hopefully,
the dark side of
hopefully the
Hollywood,
more
it
that
should be.
things, hopefully it is true that the more that things come out like that, like this, it does shine a light onto scenarios and give the evil that lurks there less of an opportunity
to grow
yeah,
and continue.
because it sucks.
Man, yeah, it was rough. Some of them were really, these episodes.
Well,
were really
yeah,
rough
and they
stories,
showed
but,
how like a lot of them who were even probably were friends with Amanda Bynes and stuff like that. You could see how like a lot of them, their hearts probably break for some of their friends who like they probably feel messed up, but I'm sure they don't feel like, hey, I didn't. At least I'm kind of put together or going to therapy or like keeping it. Poor Drake. I didn't even realize how long it was that he like how recent it was
yeah,
that
like last year.
he still didn't even really have his shit together. you
Yeah,
know?
me too. I didn't realize either. It's kind of.
I
crazy.
am still a little curious. Not that I want to condemn him at this point. It seems like everybody's forgiving him. I am a little curious of the nature of what he did, though, because it's just to be like, well, it was just, it was just a message. I didn't do anything. And then, like, that's what it kind of, I mean, like, maybe I'm reading that wrong, but, like, to just brush over that and be like, yeah, so, like, I didn't do anything and I did my whatever for it. Like, what'd you do? What did you say? Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Was it like she was like 17, so it was just slightly awkward or something like that, or like or was it like she was like 10? I don't know.
Yeah, it would be nice to know because
I don't know. No, I'm sure it wasn't that bad.
Yeah, because
like,
I had heard about that, or at least rumored, but I never had.
Well, that's
did
the
any
thing is
research
like
into it,
that's
so.
the thing too is it does seem like his life was a little bit ruined by
What happened?
by the way things were twisted about it. Like maybe that's why I want to know. It just seems like maybe it wasn't as extreme as all that. And it was twisted to be something like way worse, and people were like, "Oh yeah, Drake Bell, he's a sex offender now." Like when, really, if he's not, or he's just trying to like put his life back together when he himself was actually, abused.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, that's our thoughts on it. Please let us know down in those comments below what you thought of this episode. If you've watched all of them, let us know what you thought of everything as a whole. You don't have to spoil anything for us, but maybe give us a little insight as to what we're looking into in the next episode, possibly. Breaking the
fifth and
silence.
final added episode.
And as always, guys, give us a like and also consider subscribing so you can see what we do next. We haven't quite decided. I don't think any series or anything like that.
Yeah,
but
not yet. But we always have the music reacts and whatever we put out there.
for
so.
sure.
Thank you guys so much for watching. You already know, but we out. See you in the next one.
Thank you. We're not quiet on this set.
Nope, we sure aren't. And we never will be. We won't be silenced, even though I look like a clay statue that fell over.
He totally is not offended by that comment.
Yeah, you piece of shit.
Piece of shit 15, I assume, was your username on YouTube.
Yeah, that's what it is now. Piece of shit 15. We're going to do a mean comments episode where we just read mean comments and then like retort and post a video about it.
That would actually be really kind of funny, right?
We should do that. I hope y'all are ready, motherfuckers.
We read our mean comments.